Happy Valentine's Day.
It,
Happy Gangten's Bar Day.
it's not going to be Valentine's when this is released anyway. I don't know why we're saying this. Times
Because
Who
it's
fast.
Valentine's
cares?
Day for us, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
us it's Valentine's Day, which, happy Gang 10 Spa Day, everybody. Happy Mac Dennis Day. Glenn, my Valentine, happy Valentine's to you. But
Ugh.
the one
Shada,
year
you're my Valentine.
Oh, you're my Valentine too, Ryan. I love you.
Yay.
Elle's my
Love
real
you.
Valentine. She made me these lovely cards, which I will make her put on the screen. I'm Lyssa, and I'm Lipa Catcher on Twitter.
I'm Szare. Szare Herbatnik on everything.
I'm Ryan. I'm Sims Wyatt on Twitter. And I think I'm the third head in the little drawing.
Because our initials spell slur, Shada, Lyssa, L, Ryan, we all wrap up a slur together. But it's also a special anniversary for someone in chat. Shada, do you want to talk about your anniversary?
All right. So today marks 1 year since the Always Sunny account blocked me on Twitter.
Woo!
Um, because
Congratulations!
some background for those who don't know
Because you
what
sent
You
them
had my
death
happened.
dream.
threats. You sent them death threats, Shada.
No, I did not. So last year, when it was Valentine's Day, it was like 1 week after I finished Always Sunny, and I was absolutely obsessed. And I was waiting for them to post a Valentine's Day tweet about McDennis, about Gangton's Bar,
Yeah,
and they didn't.
understandable.
They posted a very weird tweet with Dennis and Frank, and
What
I
the
was
fuck?
so pissed. Yeah, I was really, really angry. And I ratioed them. I left like
400.
probably 300 comments. And they blocked me and some people who were my mutuals. Um,
Damn.
like a few months ago, some of my followers told the Always Sunny account to unblock me, and they actually
I remember
responded.
that.
So, in honour of this anniversary, since you can't do it, if they don't post any Gang 10's bar, I will be myself tonight trying to get my account blocked by the Always Sunny Twitter. For the actual content of the episode, we're going to be covering the rest of season 1. We're going to be finishing 3 episodes in one go. Hopefully that's going to be interesting to people. But first, I think it's outfit check time. What are you wearing today, Shada? We always start with Ryan. Let's start with you.
I actually have a really nice outfit today. I'm wearing normal jeans. However, I'm wearing a really big sweater. It's very, very colorful. It's like pink, yellow, blue, gray, white, and it has pom-poms on the sleeves.
I'm excited to see the photos.
I'm doing me next. Ryan, you're last. So, I actually forgot to dress up for the podcast today, but you guys are so lucky because I naturally serve anyway. I'm wearing
Sure.
bright pink jeans that make my ass look amazing, and this cute little purple jumper I stole from my friend. Okay, Ryan.
Ryan.
I'm gonna lie about what I'm wearing, and I'm gonna tell you what I'll wear tomorrow. Um, I'm going to wear black jeans and like a jumper, like it's like black and gray. It
Mm.
looks cool, trust me. But for what I'm actually wearing right now, I'm wearing red shorts, which feel very Valentine's Day core.
You know what I'm picturing? Like any comedy movie when a character's trousers get ripped off and they're wearing like underwear with hearts on them.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picturing for you.
Unfortunately, it's
Wait,
not that fun. It's just plain red shorts.
are you wearing a shirt?
I do, yes, I have a shirt and sweater. I'm wearing
Okay.
a My
Oh.
Chemical Romance shirt. I have a sweater over it. These are my pajamas. I haven't changed.
Slay.
I think
Alright.
that I deserve to stay in my pajamas all day today because I've had a fucking week.
A week and
So
a
true.
half.
Take care of yourself, my cinnamon apple.
Okay, so did you guys watch the episodes this week?
No.
I did.
Thank you, Ryan, for caring about
You're
the
welcome.
podcast and putting the time
I'm
in.
the only one who rewatches the episodes every week.
Hey, I've rewatched all of them except one
You
every
have
week.
not watched Underage Drinking.
Yeah, I watched the rest of them, so
That doesn't count. I'm the only one who's seen all of them.
that's
I guess
true.
I'm more committed than some people.
Well, I'm more committed than Lyssa anyway. She hasn't watched
No,
underage drinking at all, I think.
I've
Good
watched three
point.
I
episodes in
mean,
24 hours. You've watched 0 episodes in 24 hours.
I have things to do.
I left my work early today to watch the episodes because I knew I wouldn't get time.
Jesus Christ. You're such a loser.
You know
No.
what? Out of these, the one that I enjoyed the most was Gun Fever.
It's the best one
That's
out of
fair.
those, yeah.
Yeah, it's one of my favourites in season 1. I have a lot to say about it because it was just like a ton of fun as an episode.
Yeah, it was extremely fun, and there I think it's the first like really McDennis I guess heavy
It's so
episode.
Macbeth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they've just got such a fun back and forth that you're starting to see how good their chemistry is. Rob and Glenn have such
Yeah.
good screen chemistry, just in all ways.
I think Rob and Glenn just have good chemistry.
Yeah, that's not in dispute. They're great. Mac shooting Dennis, that iconic moment from the scene where he slaps the gun away, really funny. What else? Oh, I put my first note is Mac is getting laid more than Dennis, according to the intro, which is interesting, considering later seasons.
In these episodes, there's like comments about how both Mac and Dennis should lower their standards or how they aren't getting laid a lot. Like, Rob and Glenn look like that. How are they not getting laid?
They both look really good in all the episodes, but especially Gun Fever.
Hey, they look good, but they have a loser personality.
Dennis is drinking like a soy latte in the intro.
It's a soy veggie health drink. I wrote that down word for word.
I think it was probably written as a joke, but that's literally what Glenn drinks.
That's so white teenage girl core of Dennis.
What's the like thing they're always sponsored by, like the green juice?
Is that what Glenn sweats now?
I think
Oh
so.
my god, stop.
You're gonna see Glenn, Lyssa, and he's gonna have like
I am, yeah.
like
I knew I forgot to mention something in the intro. Yes, the Sunny podcast is coming to the UK, and I'm going to see them. I'm going to be in the
Fuck
same room
you.
as them. I'm going to be able to
Fuck
sniff
you.
Glenn. Finally, my dream's coming alive. I'm going to be reading a book like Szare suggested, Shakespeare's entire works, and then Glenn is going to see me in the
good.
crowd, and he's going to go, "That girl's so special."
Do you know what Glenn's favorite book is?
Do you think he reads?
No.
I don't think so.
I think his favorite genre are those self-help books that are like unfuck yourself, how to fix your life in 10 steps. Like those for men, you know, especially the
Yeah.
men books.
I know exactly.
Get on that alpha lifestyle.
What else about Gun Fever?
I have a note saying, there's a quote, Mac gets a boner every single time he sees a gun, and I said, a very Freudian.
Put that Mac and Dennis talk about the gun sort of like collectively. We bought it. Like I almost felt like the gun is their baby. Just they finish each other's sentences very coupley.
Yeah, if there's like an episode of How I Met Your Mother where Lily and Marshall start referring to themselves as we instead of I, and that's how I feel about Mac and Dennis.
I put there's a lot of penis insults in the app, and once you notice it, you
Yeah,
can't.
that's what I just
unnotice
wanted
it.
to point out.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. They say,
Prick.
what a penis,
What a
and
penis.
you're such a dildo.
Dennis's were prick, which I found really funny because it's a very British insult. There's just constantly, I can't remember anymore, but there was just so many penis words back and forth. They say dick. They don't say dick a lot in Sunny. Like they say like 3 times in a set. I love that.
They
That's
say
your favourite word,
boners a
right?
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Dee says boners a lot.
So funny. Oh, Dee's sweater at the end. Speaking of Dee, that was my main note for her because she had that really cute off-the-shoulder sweater. She's so pretty with her hair, that, you know. Season 1 is so good for
Yeah.
her fashion.
Yeah, D season 1 especially.
Mm.
I wrote down that Charlie is like really invested in the drama. He's such a player, he's sleeping with all the bartenders, and I just think that's really
Yes,
funny.
I have the exact same note. No, Melissa, you cannot speak on this because this is a reference to underage drinking. And I wrote down, I believe Charlie adapted high school slang after the last episode.
Yeah.
And it was a joke that actually made me laugh out loud, which I find to be quite amazing.
I laughed out loud a
Actually.
lot in these episodes, actually.
Another thing about that joke I just thought of, it just came to me. Maybe he knows about all that drama because he's still stalking the waitress at this point, so he's trying to keep tabs on like literally everything.
God, you're a loser.
You're a loser.
I'm a Lyssa hater.
You always
That's why,
say
actually, it's Valentine's Day, so I'm full of love for you.
The idea of
right now.
hating Lyssa.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
full of the idea of hating Lyssa, but in reality, I am full of love for Lyssa.
I feel like I'm held hostage here.
Like with a gun.
Held hostage on the podcast?
Yeah.
You committed
Yeah.
to this, and now you can't back out.
I was like 3 minutes late and Lyssa texted me podcast in all caps.
It got your attention, didn't it?
It did, but I was relaxed finally after the entire day and
You were
I just
free.
got the message podcast.
Should have been on time. I've only got a couple of things left here. I'm just gonna quick fire through them. Then you guys can quick fire through yours. Charlie's like out of character here, but I don't mind so much in this one because it's funny. Like his gun dick really got a good laugh out of me. Like thing with where he lifts his entire shirt up, the gun completely out of his pants. That was a good shot. The fact that the safe used to contain something that wasn't a melon full of cum is just worth writing about. And Paddy's is apparently insured. That's new to me.
They're definitely not insured anymore.
Definitely not insured anymore, Jesus. How often they have to explain something to their insurance company, I would love to see that. Also, I just want to say my general thoughts. Even though Gun Fever 2 dealt with the issue better, this one's still a pretty fun one. It's a good time, and it sort of shows the characters. You know, they're bad people in it, they're sort of silly and fun, and it's a good glimpse at where the show was going.
Okay, so Charlie's apartment is like, I think his rent is $864. Holy shit, I'm jealous. I recently went apartment hunting and you can't find anything for under $1,500.
Yeah, 2005.
It's bad. I'm moving back there.
2005?
Yeah.
When you were 2 years old.
I was 1, but
Jesus, you're young. Please
you're
get
only a year
older.
older than me.
I'm 2003.
I also have that they're so concerned about the bar, like who's going to be there taking care of it. And I know that we point this out every episode of season 1. It just always makes me laugh because they like
so
really
silly. Charlie locked up, like, sorry, he did what? Dee's ass gets slapped, and I wish that were me. Also, you know, Mac slaps Dennis's ass, but we can dedicate a whole segment to that.
Mac mentions the Hardy Boys at one point, and I wrote down, I think Mac read the Hardy Boys, but I think Dennis read Nancy Drew. He stole them from Dee.
You're so right. That changed my life.
Frank and Barbara wouldn't buy him the Nancy Drew books, but they'd buy them for Dee, and he'd steal them.
Yeah, Dee wouldn't read that shit, but he would read every single one. That changed my entire life. I'm thinking about him staying up with a torch. Oh my god.
Sorry, what is Nancy Drew?
It's like an old-timey children's book series about a girl detective who solves usually quite girly crimes.
Girly crimes?
The ones I read took place at like pageant shows. She was quite cool. She was like a girl boss. And it's sort of set in the 80s and such, I think.
Okay,
I read all of them, and they're so Dennis cool.
A bit of lore about Europe. There's this, I think it's Swedish book series about children detectives called Lyssa and Maya. And I'm wondering if you know of the book series. It was pretty fun.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I've never read them.
Oh god, everyone was so obsessed with them. Like, if you had the entire collection, you were the coolest kid in school.
Yeah.
I used to really like
I had like
Encyclopedia
20.
Brown. Did that make it over to Europe?
No.
What the fuck is Encyclopedia Brown?
It was another kid detective book.
Ryan, did you get Timmy Failure?
What the fuck is that?
I was never into it, but it sounds familiar. Was it like a TV show too?
They made a movie a couple years ago. I didn't watch it.
Who the fuck is Timmy Failure and why is he so mecore?
It's a parody detective children's book series, and it's really funny. Like, my adult family were reading them. I just like looked and there were some on my shelves, so that reminded me.
Yeah, I think that didn't make it to Canada, but it didn't make it to me.
His sidekick is a polar bear. He's really cool. He achieves absolutely nothing. He achieves nothing in the course of the entire series, and much like the gang.
He looks like a failure.
Dennis shooting Charlie is really funny. Oh man, I shot you in your face. I'm so sorry. The whole hospital stuff where they're just arguing and then they'll go silent and they'll start arguing again. That was really well done.
I really like that scene.
Dennis doesn't want bloodstains on his car. That was a really funny bit.
Yeah, I love that.
And I don't want bloodstains on my car after you just shot Charlie in the head. Like,
I'll put a trash bag over him.
He's so cool. And Dennis is really hot in the scene where they're threatening Colin. His hair looks really curly. Sorry.
I love Dennis's curly hair.
He was adorable.
This scene where he makes like a big gay little face.
I know which one you mean.
I love him.
Do you want to start your thoughts on Gun Fever?
No.
Ryan?
God, I think I said everything.
Hey, that's Gun Fever. Okay, Szare, you had something to say about the 6th episode, season 1. The gang finds a dead guy.
I realized this after I read a very important piece of Sunny lore, which is the Always Sunny book. At the very beginning of the episode, Max says he could break Tom Brady's arm. You might wonder, but why am I bringing this up? Why is Tom Brady so important? Let me enlighten you. In the book, there is a quiz section made by Dennis, and I think it's the first question. It's, which of these people would you like to see me have sex with? And one of the options is Tom Brady.
Oh my god.
Was Mac an option?
No. No, but the fact that Dennis listed a male option.
Yeah.
And it's topical. It's a topical subject because the Super Bowl was yesterday for us. But Tom
I don't
Brady,
care.
Mac calls him a pretty boy in like the first minute of the episode, which is foreshadowing to me. What are your guys' general thoughts on this one?
I like it. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I enjoyed it
It's
this time.
alright.
It's fine, there's some good bits, but like I don't think anyone would say this is one of their favourite episodes.
Yeah, it's not my favorite, but it's good.
Yeah, there's a lot of good bits in it. Like, for example, when Rob's in his tie and shirt, you can see his nipples through it, which I enjoyed. Mac's Virgin Mary shirt debuts.
Yeah,
Oh my
it's
god,
amazing.
yeah.
Charlie is hot in this one.
I'm not a huge Charlie simper, but like he was hot this episode.
Because, like, in season one, it's odd for him because I feel like he's drinking some kind of magic hotness juice for like one episode and then off it the next. I don't know why he's
Yeah.
jumping up and down. This one, he's hot. Dee comes to visit Charlie. She wants Charlie to be her emotional support. That was cute.
It was.
Yeah. I love Charlie and Dee teaming up. I wrote down that Dennis's funeral speech was really funny,
Yeah.
and I like this type of this type of Dennis humor when
Yeah.
he's like really smooth and like quite flirty, but it's so dumb, like so
Yeah.
obviously dumb.
So stupid. I
Yeah.
wrote down that I get it because the girl is hot, but Mac and Dennis's competition over her feels way more flirty between them in retrospect. Like when I was
Yeah.
watching it, it was like they're trying to one up each other. I was like, okay, in retrospect, come on. Also, I fully believe that after Dennis made that speech at the funeral, the girl clocked that he didn't know her grandfather and left, but he still told Mac that he slept with her just to annoy him.
Oh,
That's
I
my
love
head
that.
canon. Mac calling Dennis Den, and also bro.
Oh yeah.
Dennis calls Mac adorable.
This episode is quite like Mac Dennis heavy if you read into it a bit.
Yeah, you gotta be a little bit insane to get it, but it's
Like
there.
every episode is McDonald's heavy if you're insane enough.
Some good
Yeah.
quotes from this one. That bitch is dead. Screw that old bitch, he's a Nazi, he should die and burn in hell. Your grandfather's a Nazi. Just a lot of really good Nazi quotes.
Why are there so many Nazi quotes?
This is the Nazi episode.
Speaking of Nazis, did they have Glenn like pose in the
Yes.
costume for that photo?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's rough. That's gonna get him
God.
cancelled one day. It's not gonna look good for him on Twitter in like
It's
3
not.
years. Yeah.
No.
Charlie turns down Candy at one point, which was strange.
That was odd.
Yeah, like that's not Charlie.
They hadn't
Taylor.
really leaned into like how gross he was at this point, though.
Yeah. The shot of him at the end with the cereal, just watching cartoons in a Nazi hat.
That was nice, yeah.
This is the first
Yeah.
time Dee is grossed out by old people, isn't it?
I think so. And honestly, she is so real for that. They are gross. They smell weird. Nursing homes have bad vibes. And also, last time I was in the hospital in the waiting room, I think this old guy like shit himself in front of me.
We're gonna all be old one day, Ryan, so you better prepare for that. We're
Okay,
gonna
well, I
be-
just won't shit myself in the hospital waiting room when I'm old.
I've got so many notes here, but most of them are just quotes because there are so many funny Nazi quotes in this one. I like
Let's
this
cut the
performance.
phrase so many funny Nazi quotes and put that in your own cancel thread.
Have we really finished an entire episode? Do you want to move on to Charlie Got Molested?
Yes.
let's
I mentioned on the previous episode that I have mixed thoughts on this, but I want to know what you guys thought on your rewatch or not rewatch.
I love it. I love this episode so much.
Oh, cool.
I have mixed feelings about it too, actually. I like it. It's a good episode. I just don't think it's a very strong season finale.
Okay, that's interesting.
Mm.
This was the rewatch of it that I've enjoyed the most, actually. My main reason that I have mixed feelings on it is I think the Catholic priest thing they wanted to go with originally would have been so much funnier. And I'm kind of sad they chickened out. I'm
Yeah.
glad they didn't walk from the show over it because, oh my god, that would have been stupid. I can't believe they threatened to do that. And also, they've acknowledged that the way that they covered molestation, it's not that molestation can't be funny at all, but the way they covered it didn't have the same clever way of handling it they do with most of their offensive topics.
Mm.
So that's just my thoughts on it, but there's a lot of good stuff in this episode as well.
I don't know.
agree.
I mean, to be honest, as a person who kind of has some experience with this sort of heavy topic, I think it was actually like it was good. Like I didn't feel offended in any way.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like they did something wrong in a way like this. It's fine to make jokes about it.
Yeah. I'm not saying
Especially
it's impossible.
since especially because in the end, Charlie did the right thing.
The stuff with Mac is by far the funniest stuff in the whole
I
episode.
love that.
If the McPoyles got blown and Charlie got blown, why didn't I get blown?
I actually prefer the Dennis team
That's good
over
as
the
well.
Mac stuff, because I love them just being like intellectually separated when they're equally dumb.
Yeah.
And I love the bit of them thinking they're so much better than Mac and Charlie. They're so much more distinguished. They're so posh, and when they're really not, and they're stupid
Yeah.
psychology degrees. It's so funny.
Yeah, I agree with you. That
I
stuff's
agree.
really funny too. I
Those
like
are
when
always good
they're
episodes.
stalking Charlie, because that's a little bit of a role
Mhm.
reversal. Just 2 notes on D, the fact she banged teachers, Dennis and his penis-shaped vegetable. Okay, something else, the last thing about Dennis and D is at the end, when they think they fixed Charlie, like he goes off to cry, and they're just like, well, our work here is done. Doctor? Doctor? It's
It
just
was
so
amazing.
self-serving, and I just
Aw.
love the twins as a team. The McPoyles live in Dee's apartment. It's something I noticed this time round.
I find it really cool that in the first, it's the first season, but there's so many characters that reappear later in the
Yeah.
show. Like we have in this episode, we have the McPoyles and Uncle Jack. Bonnie, I love her so much.
This is
And
like a 7-episode season,
Yeah.
and they give so many
Yeah.
characters.
and they don't abandon those characters. They appear a lot later in the series. I find that really, really fun.
I fucking love Bonnie. She's one of my favourite characters in the whole show, if we're being real. The sobbing and the mascara. The way she says, stay strong for your little gingerbread man. Liam flirts with Dennis. Men just cannot stay away from him in this season.
Oh my god, yeah. I wrote down Liam possibly being attracted to Dennis.
2 points with McPoyles. One, I hate that I share a name with one of them. Like, really, the one Sunny character that I get to share a name with? What the fuck? My other point with McPoyles was the whole, like, we just stepped in the shower. Oh no, I meant he. That's very globcore. And maybe cut that out, but
That's staying in. That's based on Glob.
yeah.
I have actually 2 more notes about the McPoyles.
Go on.
They're so interesting. First of all, I love them so much. I love the music that they use.
Yes, I got that one.
It's so funny, and the decor at their apartment, which is just like a taxidermy squirrel. And like it's so funny for no reason, like no other decor. It's just one taxidermy squirrel. It's amazing. And it was really weirded out by Charlie drinking and hanging out with the McPoyles and like other random people.
Yeah.
I don't like that scene in general. The way it's executed is very Brooklyn Nine-Nine-y. I don't know. It's too on the nose. Like they should just usually they just reference it.
Yeah, I like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, but it doesn't fit well with Sunny.
And okay. This is something that I want to dedicate a little bit of time to. I mean, we have to talk about Mac's booty shorts at some point. That
God.
changed. Lives changed. My life changed.
My life specifically.
His performance in this is so funny. The way he's like biting his lip and looking the teacher up and down. He's like, what do you want me to do? And it makes you cringe at the same time, but you're also like kind of rooting for him. You're like, I hope that guy does get molested, you know? Like,
Oh my god.
wait, yeah, he's hot in it as well.
Yeah, that's my
can't
main thought about that.
Ron McElhenney predicted that in 20 years the internet would be into twinks in booty shorts. Is that all we got for Molested?
I think so.
3 episodes, guys. As the host of this podcast, I now have to ask you, we wrapped up season 1. What did you guys think about this season in general?
Ryan, go.
I like season 1, actually. Let me read you my ranking of all the Sunny seasons, and I'll tell you where it falls. Season 1 I have at 12th place, which is right below season 9, and it is low, but I don't hate it. I actually like it quite a bit. It's just that the other seasons are all better.
Okay, fair.
Valid. I often in my mind I compare season 1 of Sunny to season 1 of Friends for some reason, because I don't know why. Possibly it's because of the one promo they did, which was a parody of Friends. But if you watch the first episode of Friends, you can see them being like very prepared. They have ready sets. They have like long running jokes and storylines written already, and it's so fake. And when you watch the first season of Sunny, you just get a feeling of a already existing world and just seeing a couple of friends hanging out and doing crazy shit. And I think that's such a good vibe, and it's absolutely perfect for the first season of this show.
Yeah, like with Friends, just for the like running joke thing. Like, yeah, you can tell they're set up to be running jokes. Where in Sunny, it kind of feels natural when they come back in the later seasons.
Yeah.
The stuff that works comes back, and then they ditch a lot of stuff that didn't work as well. But there's a very natural feeling of, okay, this worked, and so we're going to choose to bring that back instead of we planned this to be brought back over and over. It's stuff like everything's authentic. Like Mac being gay was authentic. They obviously didn't plan it, and it works. People love him as representation. Because like I didn't plan to be gay. You know, he's just like me for real.
Yeah, in 2005, I was also not planning to be gay.
You were 1 year old. What was our average age when Sunny aired? Because I don't think I was 2 yet.
I was 1.
Yeah, we were all 1 year old, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's... yeah. I obviously have a mixed relationship with this one because the first time around I watched it, I mentioned I didn't like it and I didn't get the show and such. So I still kind of get that feeling when I'm watching it now. But I enjoyed this rewatch more than I have my previous ones. There's a lot of stuff to love in here. It's really not one of my favourite seasons. I don't think it's the bottom ranked one for me. It's close though. Because, you know, obviously there's a lot of things that didn't work when they were finding it. I get it because that's where they were at. But it still means compared to the other seasons, it's not gonna hold up as well. But I had a good time with these recent last 3 episodes that I watched. I had a better time than I have had with them before, especially Gun Fever. That was my favourite out of the 3. My favourite from the episodes that I've watched is still The Gang Gets Racist because I'm just still very attached to it. I love that one. It's the go-to one. I always show people getting into Sunny.
My favorite one was probably Charlie Has Cancer.
I agree, Szare.
I also like underage drinking. It would be so cool if
Fucking
we
Lyssa.
could have everyone's opinion on this episode. Wowee.
Shut the fuck up.
Fuck off.
Wow, add that to the cancel thread.
I just told a minority, a Polish person, to fuck off.
Yeah.
Is that all we have to say about the whole season? We've wrapped it up, guys. We did it.
Wow, I'm so proud of us.
One of my New Year's resolution was to make more than 5 podcast episodes. So if we upload
One more
next
week, then you can, then you're done with us.
then you're never going to see me again. I'll drop off the internet. I'm excited because next week we agreed we were going to take a break from episodes again. Because we did the theory episode a little while back. We're going to take a break from rewatching Sunny and instead we're going to do dramatic readings of It's Always Sunny fanfiction, obviously.
Can we get
week,
Polish Dennis, Canadian Mac action again?
Maybe.
Yeah.
If someone listening to this wants us to read their fanfiction, they can send it in. Tune in next week to find out what the hell we're talking about and to get some good fanfiction in. It's probably going to be Mac and Dennis, isn't it? Like, I don't want to read
who else? Jesus.
I don't want to read another shit. It'll be an insane episode, but I'm excited. Also,
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Fuck you, bye.
Great ending.